Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Rooted in Hebrew. My name is Mike. And today is the 28th, 28th or the 29th. And time is just flying by. Things are happening, truthfully, that you cannot deny. That's one thing that we cannot do. Shalom, Sister Patricia. Shalom, Sister Linda Cross. I'm glad you two sisters was able to make it in today. Um, as the title is, I set up, you know what, I forgot to do this. The advertisement of this world. Who is this advertisement for? Shalom, Sister Vicky D. Shalom, shalom, sis. I'm glad you was able to make it in this morning. I got a late start. I kind of overslept. I worked the site last night. And I tell you, I didn't realize how tired I was. But here I am. Shalom, Brother Dave. I'm glad brother, you was able to make it in today. But the advertisement of this world is coming from, one is coming from the Most High. And his advertisement took place with his people only. And as we all know that advertisement, Shalom, Sister Cynthia. I'm glad you was able to make it in, sis. That advertisement started with his people first. He did. And with that advertisement, he told them, he gave them the pros and he gave them the cons. If you listen to me, this is what I'm going to do for you. That's what he gave. He gave that. He most definitely did. And then, shalom, Brother Kenneth. Man, I don't know what they doing in this hotel. Seems like they doing a remodeling or something upstairs. But anyway, if y'all hearing the noise, that's where it's coming from. This advertisement, this is what he gave. He didn't give it to the world. One thing he did say, he said, hey, this world is going to receive judgment. That's one thing he did say. But as for the advertisement, he started with his people. That's what he did. He started with his people. And, and as we all know, Deuteronomy chapter 28, there's a host of scriptures where the Most High was pleading with his people. He was advertising. He was begging truthfully for us, our forefathers, to do right by him. Now, and let's just hold off on that. Then there's an advertisement, that of the devil. The devil's advertisement is on a whole different level. Man, come on, they doing all this. Why would they put me in a room with all this noise, man? Shalom, Brother Kenneth. The advertisement that the devil put out, now that's on a whole different level. And brothers, brothers and sisters, I'm going to talk about the flesh again, because at the end of the day, it's going to be about flesh. It's going to be about flesh or spirit. And it's going to be a choice that we're going to have to make. The only thing that's I ain't going to say the only thing. The dangerous thing today is this. That flesh is so strong right now. If you literally have to sit back and say to yourself, in a fleshly system, how can you survive when everything is all about flesh? what pleases a person. Not saying that I'm not saying that the Most High didn't give us what's the word, taste, what we like, what color we like, and things of that nature. No, I'm not speaking about that. I'm talking about the depth of the flesh. That's when it's a problem. This is when people say, what's that word? When once saved, always saved, and they feel that I've been saved in the blood of Jesus and all that stuff, and they go out there and just live a sinful life. Now you let that nonsense soak in. How can you say you saved, and then you go out there and you commit sin, and then you pray to the Father for forgiveness because you feel in your little bitty mind, or from a Christian understanding, that you are saved and you can live any type of life you want. It's advertisement of the devil, and a lot of people in the world bought into it. They literally bought into it. When the scripture says that Satan has misled the entire inhabited earth, he did just that. He did. His advertisement, it has gained weight. Now, truthfully, but when it came to the Most High and His people, yeah, it did. We got affected by that, brothers. We fit into the lie. We did. We fit into the lie. But then the Most High said, I'm going to raise my people Israel, and He did just that. If we just literally sitting back, paying attention, and if we just go look at a people, you're starting to recognize that we are rising. We are awakening. That's one thing you have to say. If when you go back to the time when you recognize your awakening, that was a lonely road. That was a lonely road. You had brothers and sisters looking for some type of association because now they knew who they were and they felt proud. They just needed that association of brothers and sisters. This is what we have experienced. Now the advertisement has gotten strong. The plot of the devil went a whole lot deeper. Now the devil started to recognize the strength. Well, ain't the fact he never knew it, but he enjoyed his run, and he still advertising right down to this very day. That's what he's doing. The Most High is appealing to His people by means of the Spirit. And that's what He's appealing to. Although He created the flesh, the devil is trying to use what the Most High put in place against us, that'll be against Him. That's what we need to recognize. He wanted to overindulge in our flesh. That's what He wants. Let's just say hypothetically speaking. I ain't gonna say hypothetical speaking. We know about this. You came up in the hood. You pretty much know what that life is about. If it's going to be a drug-infested neighborhood or a crime-ridden neighborhood, and things of that nature. We know what a bad neighborhood look like. Now, you may get somebody in the neighborhood, a rapper, and he go rap about what he sees. Now, one thing about it, you go understand what he's rapping about. With all the profanity and everything else in it, you will understand what he's talking about to a degree. But in essence, he's advertising to you. He's advertising, because trust and believe. In that advertisement, the sister, she gonna be called a B or H. altercation that he had with a brother. He took his life. He wanted to show how bad he is. These are advertisement, brothers and sisters, when it's all over said and done. It's the advertisement that gets in. Because now, when you look at it, I'm going to just say for a lot of the raps, those rappers do not let their kids live like that. But they'll write about it, they'll sing about it, they will entertain about it to you, to us, for entertainment. The entertainment, brothers and sisters, let's not get it twisted. That is not entertainment. That is an advertisement for you to feed into your flesh. That's what this is about. This is what the Most High was talking about. This is what he was talking about. That's not that time. Now, you have an entertainment that's going to be for life, and you have an entertainment that's going to be for death. And we know what the Most High said. Shalom, Brother Robert. I'm glad you was able to make it in, brother. Hold on. Sorry about that, brothers. These phone calls come in. I don't know why they, but it is what it is. But that's what it is, brothers. We have this a choosing. That's what we have. And we have a warning, truthfully. Brothers, and this is what I'm really trying to emphasize. Look at life. You don't necessarily have to look at your life. Just look at life. When you riding around minding your business, everything is an advertisement to get your attention. It all depends on how deep we're going to give it. That's what it's going to depend upon. Because if you have your life set on material things, that's number one. You may be getting yourself hemmed up by the flesh. That's what you're going to do. You're going to get yourself hemmed up by the flesh. Granted, yes, we do need income to make it or to live in this captivity. That's one thing we do know. And the Most High do encourage us to live with a sense of urgency and a sense of common sense. Although we may see the system in the signs of an end time, that don't mean you go out there and just haphazardly spend all your money and say, well, the world coming to an end anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go do that there. Boom. No. You still gotta use common sense now. That's one thing you will have to do. You will have to do that. That is a necessity. So the balance between that flesh and that spirit, brothers and sisters, that's going to be needed. Back in the days, we fed into it because truthfully, we didn't know no better. Now, the Most High is waking us up and he said, hey, this is all about your survival. He gave us in our book the instructions of what needs to be done. The devil has come in and he's doing an alternative advertisement to not just us, but to the entire world. But Satan knows these people here, it seems, they are trending. The world, whatever these people do, the world follows suit. So it's very important that the devil advertise to you or to us, more importantly than to the world. And I'm going to tell you this, the devil can maneuver a brother or sister to a lifestyle that's alternative of the Most High by means of His rules and regulations, trust and believe, that's what He wants. We may be those people that's been downtrodden, slapped around, bloody nose and everything, but He knows the end result. He knows that these brothers, sisters are going to be sitting high. He knows one day they're going to be taken away from His presence. And brothers and sisters, if you take that in consideration, taken away from His presence, why is it that the devil, who else was it? What's his name? Pharaoh. Pharaoh did not want to let he did not want to let our forefathers go. Why? Why is it that the United States all right, they could sit up and talk that dumb stuff about African Americans being forced out. I mean, I'm just talking about whatever they thinking about doing or plotting against us. But this is what I'm saying. This advertisement, this choosing, it's real. Everything. I mean, what? To get your attention, your business, it's advertisement. Advertisement. If you had you're looking at what do they call it? A TV show, and you got this guy or man, working out and everything. You ain't gonna see no fat person working out and on TV. Out of shape person talking about telling somebody else what they need to do. You ain't gonna see nobody with a stomach sticking out, and then a stomach sticking out, love handles, and say, "Hey, you got to do this here, so and so." People will look at it, they're gonna say that's bad advertisement because they're gonna feel, hey, you gonna talk about being what's the word? Being in shape. They want to see somebody with a 6-pack and all that stuff to go give them the encouragement to keep up with that diet. Now, in this old world we live in, now don't get me wrong. Now, there have been some individuals. It has. There has been some individuals that will advertise being overweight. Now, this is the thing. This world is built, it is absolutely built for this flesh. That's all the devil wants, is people to dig deep into their flesh, swim in it, enjoy it, do as you will. Do not mind the laws. That's all this system is saying. He said, the Most High said this. He said, the things of the world do not originate with Him. The love of the world, the lust of the world, but it originated with the world. One's showy display of His means of living originates with the world, not with the Most High. The Most High is just letting you know He does not tolerate a total fleshly living, which is going to, we know exactly what's going to happen. We know exactly, and what's happening right now, truthfully. The world is in a very dangerous situation. This stuff about Trump talking about World War III, Iran. Oh, and what's his name? What's that guy's name? What's his name? Pike. Albert Pike. Now, that letter, everything, now it's hidden. Everybody is talking about this letter now. They're talking about this man's letter. You're seeing everything that's happening. You literally are seeing the wakening up, or I ain't gonna say the wakening up. He been woke for a long time. I would say the devil is about to show himself. That's what I'm saying. He's getting to the point where he just wants the world to see. I need to be seen. That's what I'm saying. He has a desire, and so with that desire, in order for people to give up their free will, to give up their free will, he is the plot. He has to bring in absolute chaos. He got to bring it in, brothers. He got to bring that in. If he don't bring that in, he can't be seen. He cannot get that whatever worship he's trying to get. That's one thing he cannot do. So he got to try and try and try. He got to bring it. He got to bring it. He's going to bring it in. It's already started, brothers and sisters. It's already started. You want to talk? The Most High already said it's going to be food shortages. It's going to be what's the word? It's going to be critical times, hard to deal with. We ain't seen nothing yet. Portland, Oregon. I was talking to this young lady yesterday. That's where she's from. And as a matter of fact, the company I'm doing work for, they sent her to me for me to train her. And so we was talking about these things. And she said, no, I let her. And she was talking when I ain't have to say nothing about Portland, Oregon. She said, it's like that they are zombies walking down the street. Now, brothers, she said this. She said, and she, with the job that she had to carry, what's that stuff called? It's a drug. I'm gonna just say it this way. It's a drug to resuscitate an overdose, a person who had an overdose of that, what is that drug called? It's a particular drug. I forgot the name of it. They're making all this noise. It got me concentrated on this noise upstairs. I don't know why this word is put me in this room last night. Anyway, so that's what she was just blown by that. And then just to see people sit there and shoot up Narcan, that's what Brother Dave, I tell you, you're a lifesaver, brother. I tell you. Yes, that's what it was. Narcan. And so she worked a job where she had to carry a lot of that. She said it started to get to her how people would literally die right there in front of her, and all she do is give them that drug and they wake back up. She said she never seen nothing like that in her life. She never seen people on a bus where it's not illegal, brothers. It's not illegal. That's the advertisement of the flesh. This is the devil. This is what I'm saying. They, or the devil, got these people to believe, hey, make it legal. Satan is bringing in the chaos has already started, brothers. It's already started. The thing is with Israel, we got to be on guard because it's going to get bad. It's going to get worse. The devil got to bring in his calamity. He got to. In order for the people to fall down and do him worship, he wants these people in a bad situation. Now, you don't see the Most High doing that. Most High he told us, no, let's not get it twisted. We was warned of the decision making that our forefathers was doing. And the Most High said, it is not good. If you go down this route, this was going to happen to you. And we felt it. We did. We felt it. And due to disobedience, salvation came to the world. The Most High warned us. And what do? We fed into our flesh. We fed that flesh. That's what we did. This is the warning today, brothers. This is the warning. We gotta be more mindful of how we are feeding ourselves. And he's putting it on. The devil is bringing it. He's bringing that flesh out. That's what he's doing. He's advertising to it more and more and more. Why, brothers? This is the reason why Yahushua was warning his people. And it's going to fall right back to prophetic speech that he gave about his people. If you see my people here living like the days of Lot, you know where you stand at. But that's that flesh. And that flesh, overemphasis to that flesh lead to sin. Overemphasis to other flesh is going to lead us. This is going to lead to sin. That the devil is pushing it out. He's advertising deeply things that is built upon that flesh. And now he got to a point. This is what the devil did. He got to a point. I got people highly involved. I got them. When this 2025, okay. You got individuals out there. Every 4 years they go get a brand new car. Shalom, Sister Van P. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you have the means of doing it, also take care of your business. But this is one thing about the flesh. And I started to see this more and more. You may have a nice car, or you may have a person who took an old car, fixed it up and everything. What's the whole purpose of that? What is the whole purpose of a person redoing a car? I mean, you look at it, you say, man, he really put some money into this here. And I mean, it's nice looking and things of that nature. Yes. It's still an advertisement. It still can be misleading towards a person. I was riding up down the street one day. I mean, it was at night. Well, I was on the site really, and I seen a truck come by. I never seen this before. You know, in Texas, man, they big on they very big on their trucks. I'm serious. They big on their trucks. But this truck that came by, it was lit up. This truck was lit up. I mean, with the rims, that is. I have never seen that before. I was like, are you joking me? This man has some big rims lit up while he was driving. Truthfully, I'm going to tell you this, brothers. He wanted to be seen. He or she wanted to be seen. They want to be seen. Why is it they want to be seen? They dove into their flesh. They want to get your attention by means of their flesh. Now it sounds like it's innocent, but truthfully, brothers, it's not always innocent. And we can look at some things, say, oh, you know, that look nice or whatever. Like, man, I mean, he spent a whole lot of money. Teach his own. But it's the advertisement of what that person is trying to get. That's it. I remember one. My uncle, he had a Z28, and it was I don't think it was no IROC. That's just me. He said it was. Anyway, but my uncle, and during this time, he had a boombox, had an amplifier, and all that. Had the whole neighborhood shaking. Now, don't get me wrong, brothers. We do listen to our music pretty loud. We do. You know, we especially you're in a house. It'd be up. But back in those days, I mean, brothers, I knew some brothers that had some sisters in their cars And that stuff used to get so heated. So many brothers caught a fire because, loud music. But it's really for attention. Because when it passed by, you look around, you got that bass hitting, you turn around, you looking. They ride up and down the street because they want that attention. They want your attention. That's that flesh. They want something. They need something. They need the attention that you want, that they want to get from you. Satan is doing the same thing. The only thing that's going to be different, it's going to depend on your life. That's what it's going to depend on. It's going to involve your life. I lived in what? Well, I lived in bad neighborhoods near about all my life. Near about. And we've seen the good, the bad, and the unmentionable. At least I have. And so you get to a point in your life. And I mean, don't get me wrong. We want something different. We do. And we strive for it. For those that have that strong will to strive for it, to live a different life, to have to live in a different neighborhood. And I've seen brothers and sisters do it. And there's nothing wrong with that, brothers. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do better and things of that nature, so be it. But the Most High still at the same time say, hey, proceed with caution. Because you're still living in Satan's system and he is bent on serving you, your flesh. And it's going to be against the Most High. And if you think I'm joking about this, brothers and sisters, look, what do Christianity teach? One, that the laws are done away with. That's against your spirit. And it's against your flesh. See, that's a double whammy. This is what they teach. This is what the devil puts out there. Now, people say, I never forget my friend told me. He said, man, Mike, you got to understand. The Old Testament is outdated. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's outdated. And he wasn't the only one that said that. This is how the devil went in, advertised. We fed into it. And a lot of I ain't gonna say a lot. Some of our brothers and sisters are still feeding off of it right down to this very day. Feeding off of lies that is nourishing their flesh to keep them in the situation that they are in right down to this very day. But yet and still, if you talk to them, they will swear up and down that they was the holiest thing that walked on this planet Earth. That's how bad it got, or has gotten. And then they will literally stand there and say how much they love the Most High. That's what they do. Now, I'm going to say this here, and I think it was just funny. I mean, I knew this was just for entertainment purposes, but what he was doing, boy, he had me cracking up. But there was a reality that's going to come up, that came about it. I know some of you brothers heard of nephew Tommy, and he do prank phone calls. So I'm just going to give you a few of them. But these are the ones that had more strength. And he knew what he needed to do. Tommy used to majority of his pranks was with religion. And so one day he called this pastor, and he was explaining that he was living a foul life and everything, that he wanted to be, he wanted to be forgiven of all his sins and things of that nature. And he wanted to turn his life around. And I tell me, he get off that little fake cry and everything. And so the preacher was talking to him. He said, okay, no problem. He was very sympathetic towards Tommy. you know, about his sinful course and that he was claiming that he was sleeping with a married woman and things of that nature. So Tommy went on. He kept on going and kept on going. And he's pulling this pastor in. That's all he did. That's all he was doing. So what he did, he said, yeah. And he was talking about, he was having an affair with a woman in the church. And then he said the first lady. And so the pastor like, oh, hold on. He was like, hold on, wait a minute. What do you mean the first lady? What are you talking about? And he started, yeah, her name is so-and-so, so-and-so. Now he's still acting like he's crying now. And so he goes in and he started describing the lady. And the man said, hold on, man, hold on now, hold on. This is what the pastor, he's turning, he's turning, he had Tommy had that man turned. So the man come find out, he said, wait a minute, what's this woman's name? And he said the woman's name, he said, man, you sleeping with my wife? And and so they went on. And so what had happened, that pastor went straight street on him. Oh no, you come on up here. I got something for you now. But all of that forgiveness that he was talking about and all the biblical training that he was going to give Tommy went out the window when things was went personal for him. See, brothers, and my point of saying it is, and it's not it's the fact that how we have been advertised to, and a lot of us don't even realize how deep we may be into the flesh. Don't get me wrong. That man, if that was a real situation, no, yeah, anybody in their right mind gonna be upset, and that flesh is going to show itself. It's going to show itself. I mean, there's going to be a displeasure to that. But when it comes to religion, and for some of the stuff that Tommy used to do there's a quick change of things. I mean, you can go from a law-abiding, not citizen, or a person of God, to you be talking about like murdering somebody. That's what I've seen. This is Satan's system, brothers. And when the Most High said that he has misled the entire inhabited earth, he means it. And none of us, truthfully, is exempt from it. We all got a taste of Satan's system. That's one thing we got. Now, how we going to stand up against it in this time of the end, that is going to remain to be seen. Because if we keep feeding into this flesh, brothers and sisters, it's not going to be nothing good. He's still using the same thing he used with Eve. The same thing. He's trying to get your desires. He's trying to get you overly desiring something that we should not be doing. That's one thing about it. He's doing. He's going to bring. Oh, please, brothers and sisters. He's going to bring in straight calamity. We used to the government doing this here. And this is that advertisement that had a lie written at the end of it for years, but they never showed the lie. Now the lie's out there now, and they flat out don't care whether you know it or not. The lie's out there. When people say, and then this is what I'm saying, brother, don't tell me what the world, what this government won't do. See, the government did what it needed to do. It advertised. It put up a front. Oh, you said you called a black person a nigger? Yeah, you can get sued for that. Let this world keep on going, and you will see exactly what you can't do because somebody went up and said, they called you out your name. Now, back in the days, that worked. You can go in there, discrimination, you get a lawsuit. I guarantee you, right down to this very day, discrimination lawsuits has dropped down dramatically. The government ain't worried about it. When the government can use, well, I'm not gonna say use, take what they say, so-called black army men and historical people of color out of history books, paintings, off of pictures. This is what this government has done. They're showing you this beast is showing you exactly what they're about. And there is no going back because they got it started. They got to continue to ride that bike. They did it, brothers. They doing it. So if we thinking that there's going to be some God in Satan's system, brothers and sisters, don't fool yourself to believe that nonsense. That devil is going to do exactly what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. There's going to be no good that's going to be for us off the top. It's not. They're around here messing with Ibrahim Tory. They doing that. They are trying their best to cause that brother some trouble off the top. And they're losing strength. That's the sad thing about it. Now, this is what the devils keep away from them. But at the same time, brothers and sisters, no. From my understanding, from a video, a news clip, this government is saying, sometime next month, the dollar's supposed to be done away with. I always said something was going to happen roughly around about the summertime of this year. I always said that. And it seemed like they on point. It seems this world is on point. Now, you have the advertising of the flesh, brothers and sisters, that we may have been used to. Now you're starting to see how this system is really, what it's really about. That's one thing we got to notice this, and we got to act upon it. We got to put ourselves in a position, a safe position when it's all over said and done, brothers and sisters. Because this world has an arrogance that is misleading themselves. This demonic system is going to show itself and it's going to get worse. It is. And we may just find ourselves looking for other brothers and sisters to watch one another's backs. Because it's getting that way. That's how serious it's getting. Those two brothers, the twins, about a month ago, they came up missing and come to find out that this man, this fireman was the one who took their lives. Brothers, this is Satan's system. Until we are from his face, we got to stay on guard. Brothers and sisters, you may have gotten up and you got to a particular point where, hey, you feel like, I want to go jogging out in the neighborhood and everything. Not being a person of color, especially sisters. This is a very dangerous time for us. Hold on, Sister Cynthia. Boom, boom. Now I must diminish. Yeah, and that's the thing about that, Sister Cynthia. It's what he bought into. So now, you know, you in charge. He's in charge, and he is looking at, hey, I'm going to put all my money into this, you know, digital coin or whatever, crypto, and I'm going to force the nation to do the same thing. Brothers and sisters, can you all see the implications of that? Now, his gold city, take that little gold city video he did about a month and a half ago, and I look at what he's trying to see. You seeing what he's trying to do or hoping to do, and chaos got to come from it. You need a slave base to build all this stuff. You need a slave base. But you got other nations fighting back. They seeing a collapsing of a system. So now, this right here, brothers and sisters, truthfully, the advertisement of a nation, brothers and sisters, Obadiah, in the book Obadiah, it says that this beast, this nation, will be deceived by its own people. That's in the book of Obadiah. And if these nations, they seeing it. This nation is advertising to the world what it's going to do, even to its counterparts. So now, in the book of Obadiah, it said this is what they're going to do. They're going to lay a trap. Brothers and sisters, I'm just waiting for the trap. The trap is there. Their own people is going to turn on this country. This is what they're going to do. And so now, we've been talking about the death of a dollar for the last strongly. Let me say like 4 or 5 years ago. Now, you do have some brothers and sisters that said, "Oh, that ain't gonna happen all that quick," and them things of that nature. They still, want to hold on to some things. Whatever. Granted, but one thing we do know: this system is going to collapse because the devil needs this system to collapse. He needs to see people hungry. He needs to see people in destitute in order for them to willingly come and worship and give him that respect. That's what he wants. But he's the one who's causing all of this, who's causing all the mayhem. A government you think that's going to sit back and take your feelings into consideration, brothers and sisters, that fake beast is gone. That real beast is here. This is what I'm talking about. That beast is here. And he's shedding off his flesh and bringing on some new flesh right before your very eyes. This is what the system is doing. Don't, please, brothers, this is just my encouragement. Don't feed into the system. They're going to act as if they will come and save you. Yeah, all they did was just spoiled us. That's all they did. You get to a particular time in your life, your old age and everything, all right, give you Social Security. You get a disability, you can't work no more. You go in and apply for it, you get it. It's not that easy any longer. It's not. And the more and more, hey, that beast said, look, man, look here. And you may be a person, both of your arms and your legs cut off. They're going to try to figure out a way that you can try to find some work instead of give you disability. This is what's happening, brothers. All they did was set us up for a reliance on a system that is a beast system. And now that beast is showing himself. That's what it's doing. And it's not caring about how you feel. That beast ain't worried about none of how you feel. And you could be 90 years old, 90 years old, bent over double. It has no sympathy for you, and especially if you're a Yasharel. That's what we have. This is what we're seeing right down to this very day, bro. You're seeing a beast system coming out of its own flesh. And it's telling you to get used to it. Times are changing. Times are changing. You're seeing Christendom coming up against Islam. We're seeing he knows exactly what he needs to do. The two heavy hitters of false religion, they need to clash. Brothers and sisters, what do you see right down to this day? You see a clash, those two powerhouses. That's what you're seeing. And both of those powerhouses, what did they do? They took our book, chopped it up, put some lies in it for themselves. And they're the powerhouse they are today. All of it, both sides, based on lies, manipulation. And then when it was all over said and done, once they divide up our book, they say, hey, look here, we got to teach these people a lot. And both of them taught lies on both sides. And now here you have both sides looking at one another in envy, hate. Now there is a destruction that's on the horizon for the two. But we still. This is the advertisement that this world has done, brothers and sisters. This is the reason I'm very firmly on that flesh, because in the short time, you just look at some things. Hold on. This thing is not working now. What's wrong with it? Won't there be a lot less control over the you and I? Now I want to pop up. Man, ain't that crazy? All right, go ahead. On the continent, yes, it will. What there's a this country here? Oh yes, off the top, sister, off the top. It'll be a whole lot less. But hey, this is the reason why I need to be destroyed. This is the reason why we're talking about that flesh. Because if you look at the book of Revelation, Sister Cynthia, although the Most High said this place will be destroyed, but there's going to be a ripple effect in other nations to where there is a residue of the United States. If there is a hub or any type of association with, they go feel it too. They're going to feel it. They're going to feel it off the top. That's one thing they're going to do. They're going to feel it. So now, with the destruction of a country, the world, from what the scripture said, they're going to feel it. They are going to feel it. Over the Hebrews, sister, let me say this though, Sister Cynthia. Yeah, I will say yes, we're going to feel it too. But this is the reason why I say we want to pay attention to that flesh, because the judgment that's going to come upon this nation, yeah, we're going to feel it. We're going to feel it. And because we, truthfully, sister, we got accustomed to some of this stuff. When the Most High says, separate yourself from Babylon, come out of her, he means it. And so with that coming out, brothers and sisters, I mean, you'll be surprised of some of the things that we need to get, you know, set ourselves apart from. You'll be surprised. You will literally, I'm going to just give you one. For the vast majority of Israelites, we do not own farms, but we depend upon the grocery store to go get our food, and especially canned goods and other foods. They got some type of pork in it. They do. There's pork. There's a pork here, pork there, or even just a slither of a pork skin in foods. I know years ago, McDonald's got sued for having pork in their French fries. And I'm like, what in the world they put pork in French fries? I just could not believe it. So my point of saying it is, brothers and sisters, is that this set apartness, it may be, from what I'm saying, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong, Sister Cynthia. This is going to go deep. It's going to go deep. We may just find ourselves back where our forefathers was at, farming, being tradesmen. And truthfully, that's what I'm seeing. Now, say for instance, hypothetically speaking, that you was a farmer, Sister Cynthia, and you growing this, you growing that, that's going to be a comfort to a whole lot of brothers and sisters, because there's a trust that they're going to have with you, especially being of Israel, that they have a confidence. I ain't got to worry about that she got this here in the food, or she got that in the food. That's the confidence, brothers, that we're going to have with one another. We just got to get to that point. Truthfully, this is a time of grace. This is. And so if the system got to be destroyed to release his people, so be it. Because for the vast majority of us, we're living unclean unknowingly. I'm talking about the ones who knows, that don't know that they're living unclean. This is the whole purpose of Yahusha. This is what's happening. The Most High knows that we are in captivity. He knows that. And he's seeing it. So, but when there is a destruction, because these 10 toes, they want this power that the United States got. So, wait a minute. So you do grow some stuff, Sister Cynthia? Okay. I'm growing mustard greens, tomatoes, onion, garlic. Oh, great. You now, Sister Cynthia, now you're just showing out. You ain't had to get on here and say all that. You're making me upset now. I always wanted to give me something started. Here you going up doing all this here. I ain't mad at you though, sister. I'm not. Because eventually, that's what we're going to have to get into. I mean, I'm not saying everybody's going to be a farmer and things of that nature, or have a garden or whatever. It's going to be somewhere we're going to be self-sufficient. Oh, praise and glory to the Most High for it. But that's eventually what's going to happen. Because we will have to start trusting one another again. In this fleshly system, it teaches us, Israel, not to trust Israel. This is that flesh. This is what we got to get rid of. There's so much of a wiping off or a scrubbing off of the flesh. This is just a portion of it. So, but like with yourself, Sister Cynthia, this is what we have to look forward to. Wait a minute, Sister Van P, you say mustard greens is the easiest green to grow? I mean, wait a minute, is that a winter crop? I mean, I'm not for sure. I know my mother, she was telling me that certain greens can grow in the wintertime. And I did not know that. I did not know that. Mm. But this is what we have to get into. And the sad thing about this, brothers and sisters, with this advertisement of the flesh, let me tell you something. The Gentile sees it. They see what's going on. They see exactly what's going on, and they acting upon it. What are they doing? They're going ahead, going out into the rural areas, homesteading. They seeing trouble on the horizon. The advertisement that Satan is giving out, they seeing exactly what they need. They are seeing what they seeing. This is how they need to move. Brothers and sisters, I mean, the Most High warned us from the scriptures. They have a visual. We had the scriptures. Now we have both. We have scriptures and we have a visual. And yet and still, we got to ask ourselves, where are we? How are we standing? How are we standing? How are we preparing ourselves for this massive discombobulation of a system before its destruction? That's the question that we need to be asking ourselves. Because I tell you, we can talk about scriptures, brothers and sisters, and we can, this here and that there. But there's going to come a time in your life where we're going to have to put something there. Something has to be laid down as an action. What? Hold on, Sister Van P. One of the brothers said my herb garden looks like a cemetery. Oh, wow. You had your garden that big, Sister Van P? Good gracious. I mean, let me ask you something, Sister Cynthia and Sister Van P. I mean, do you all, is it like a small business somewhere uh, you sell what you grow? Because I know I'm just asking, man. Some brothers and sisters do that. They set their stuff up for sale and things of that nature. Because truthfully, Sister Van P and Sister Cynthia, those days are here. You go have brothers and sisters looking for brothers and sisters. This is what they do, and they want to learn about this stuff. It's now it's a whole lot closer than it was before, and it's being felt. If you want to talk about people being hungry, so right now, Satan, coming. What he has gotten started, brothers and sisters, the world has never seen this before. Shalom, Sister Cynthia. I'm sorry. Shalom, Sister Zenobia. Hold on. Let me see what you're saying. Boom. There you go. Boom. Shalom, family. Growing your own food. It's fun. It's work too, but it's exciting. Seeing what your hands can actually do. Now, that is a truthful, brothers, I'm telling you. This is Zenobia, you're on point when you say, I'm serious. And I was growing stuff out of my house, brothers. I was growing things out of my house. And just to see how it started off as a small plant and how things just keep on growing and growing and growing. That's the beauty of it. And with this awakening, this is what's happening. We're starting to understand these things. We've been warned. This is the end result of this. Hold on. Hold on just for a moment. I'm sorry, I'm back. We've been warned, brothers and sisters, of this system, the system of Satan. We're going to start acting upon it a whole lot more. Now, I mean, and like I said, I still support the sister, Sister Eve, with the Goshen Project. Um, I, hmm. Brothers, at times it can be, what's the word I can say use? It can be disheartening. It can be disheartening when it comes to some of our brothers and sisters' line of thinking or line of reasoning. We have to be very proceed very cautiously. Um, in this time of the end, we do. We should. I mean, off the top, we need to do that. But to encourage your brothers and wait a minute, Sister Linda, you've been gardening since 1976. Well, you know some things. Do you can too? Uh, Because I know my grandmother, she was very big on canning. Yes, she was. I mean, what? It fed us when we was kids and we had no food to eat. My grandmother, she had so much stuff it wasn't even funny. It it looked like a warehouse or a storage room full of these glass jars full of different soups and things of that nature. I mean, peaches and oh my goodness. Mm. Sorry to hear that, Sister Zenobia. But this is what, hey, but they pass it on to you though, Sister Zenobia. They did. Now that's the beauty of it, and you took it up. But this is the thing: this trusting in this system, sister, it's the trusting of this system. It's going to be a downfall for people who trusting in this system. Who this system is saying, I'm that beast. I'm coming out. Hey, Brother Dave taking a jab at you, sis. She's a regular Betsy Ross. Mm. Let me tell you, how this brothers and sisters are going to turn out for uh, turn out from this system, and just speaking with these different sisters and things about their gardening experience. This here just may turn into something big. That's what I'm talking about. Because now we're starting to see something on a spiritual level and how we need to act or put ourselves upon. And you will never know how the Most High will come upon Sisters Cynthia, Sister Van P, and Sister Zenobia with what they're growing. And it may be Sister Van P, excuse me, it may be Sister Van P that the Most High used during time of crisis to feed his people. I believe in the strength of the Most High for his people. Lo, I'm not going to cut his hands off. If he deemed it necessary that this sister grows this, there's a new plant every day. The Most High will make it happen. And that's for any other, in any other brothers or sisters. If he going to feed, if his people come into a issue, he going to show his mighty hands, and his mighty hand by means of a garden. So for people say, oh, the Most High won't do that. So brothers and sisters, I'm not trying to cut his hands short. I'm not trying to cut it short. Bump the system. This system in which we're living in, brothers, is strictly flesh. And they go, people that think flesh is going to be flesh. Either you're going to believe in the Most High or you're not going to believe in Him. This is the time where we need to put that flesh in check, believe in the Most High, and live on that spirit. All right, let me tell you something, sister. You saying you got a small garden. That small garden can feed thousands. If the Most High deemed it, it's going to happen. And and at the same time, sis, it's going to serve as a witness for you against the nation. That's what it's going to do. At the Most High, unless you say, sister, you got a little old small garden or whatever. But every single day you get up, you have your tomato, you have your greens. And every single day you feeding your brothers and sisters. The Most High is letting you know, I'm working here. I'm doing this here. That's the beauty of it. That's the glorification of His great and holy name. He's putting His name on about means of your action, sister. That's what He's doing. He's seeing what you're doing. And they go for Sister Zenobia and Sister Linda Cross. Same thing. We're at this point where we're going to have to make a decision. And the same, you never know, brothers and sisters. You never know how the Most High will work that out. And other people saying, man, she's just growing stuff, just growing stuff, just growing stuff, and just growing stuff. The Most High knows exactly how to feed His people. He knows exactly how to do this. And if He deemed it, and He wants to show His mighty hands, He's going to show His mighty hands, and it's going to serve as a witness against the nation that they ran up on the wrong one. I ain't gonna say the wrong one. They offended. The nation has offended a mighty one. When it's all over, said and done, and He said He's going to take care of His people. We go have to maintain our faith and our trust, not in this system, brothers and sisters. You may have a few $1,000s in the bank from your retirement or your 401. The government is telling you what they're about to do with that. They're letting you know what they're about to do with that. So now you still got to trust in it. Oh, they ain't gonna take my money. Oh, the government said that they gonna give me for my money. They gonna give me crypto. You go trust that, brothers. This is the time with the trust is going to be strictly for the Most High. I'm not saying don't pay attention to the world. I'm not saying that. Pay attention because you're gonna need to know which way you need to go. Because they're going to say they're doing this and they're saying they're doing that. You got to put yourself in a safe place. You will have to put yourself in a safe place. This little demonic system, brothers and sisters, is a trip. And the way that they say, we may say the government is not going to do that, and they can get sued for this or they can get sued for that. Brother, those days of being sued, and you talking about doing away with money. Now you listen to me on this here. If they talk about disrupting the system, and you got judges around here that is being harassed and threatened from his own government, let that sink in. Let that sink in. Oh, what you talking about, sister? 5 loaves and 2 fishes? Yeah, it can happen again. And truthfully, sister, I seriously believe it's going to happen again. When it's all over said and done, Sister Cynthia, yes, I seriously believe that's what's going to happen. But we believe this system gave off a false pretense of supreme authority. That's all it did. Now it's showing itself. It don't care you young, old, or smack brand new baby. You on your own. You are on your own. And this is what we are literally witnessing down to this very minute. You're seeing a collapsing of the system. You're seeing a collapsing of a nation. That's what we're seeing. We're not trying to hold on to any type of faith in this. Because when it's all over said and done, brothers and sisters, if you get down to it, and let's just say hypothetically, well, I ain't gonna say that. Let's just say for an example that dollar is no good. That's a collapsing of a system. They need this collapse to happen in order for them to bring in, to reset the system. There is a resetting of a system that they're doing, a new beast system. There's always going to be, that's the word, with a resetting. There's going to be power surge. Power surges knock out things. Some of it going to be deliberate. Or a lot of it's going to be deliberate. Matter of fact, all of it's going to be deliberate. You go find people without. You're going to see people that's going to be absolutely out there just starving. You're going to see people out there fighting and killing over food. You think that this system is not, well, I ain't going to say prepared for. You don't think they orchestrate things of that magnitude? This system has always said it's too many people on this earth. This system said some people need to be taken out off this earth. This earth cannot sustain all these people. This is what they're saying in their little bitty minds. This is what this world is saying. You never once heard the Most High said, this planet is too small for mankind. Not once. But that flesh, Satan, his system, and that flesh, this is their reasoning. This is why they say it is. And they want you to believe that demonic saying. The Most High is the creator of all things. Satan, he created a whole lot of unnecessary nonsense. That's what he created. And for us to sit here, granted, we fed into it, but when the Most High woke us up, we woke up with a vengeance. That's what we did. And I give it to you. I now understand this, brothers. We have never seen the Almighty hand like that as a nation. As a nation, we have never seen his hand like that. But I seriously believe those days are right there in front of us. Well, let me take that. His mighty hand, this awakening. He showed his hand. He said he's going to do what he's going to do. You never seen a lot of us rise up the way we rose up. You got brothers and sisters around here. They have their teachings. They have their thoughts on certain scriptures and things. What, brothers? This is the Most High who's waking his people up. This is his doing. The world is going about its own, its own routine. For the ones who really concerned, of what's going on in this world. They're paying attention. And I'm talking about the Gentiles. And it, it appears that there's not a lot of Gentiles that's paying attention. It's only, it seems to me it's a small number. But when they talk about um, the light that's going to be coming from Israel, I mean, some are seeing it. And well, for that, let's just go it this way. The Most High said this: broad and spacious is the road leading off to destruction. Boom. And many are on that road. Now, that's just not talking about Israel. That's talking about the whole world. We're talking about nations, different nations of there. And that ain't just talking about Israel. So, what? I'm making all that noise, I tell you. But this is the encouragement, brothers, sisters, that we should be having with our brothers and sisters. We're not here to tear down. We're here to build up. This is one thing we, especially in this time, because it's going to boil down. These times are going to boil down. You're going to start seeing more and more brothers unemployed. And I'm going to say this to brothers. When you're starting to see these things, start putting yourself in a position to take care of your family, brothers. If you have a backyard, brother, get busy. If you're starting to see these things, brothers, use foresight. See what's going on. Get your family involved. We're going in the backyard. We're going to do this here. We're going to do that there. Listen to other brothers and sisters out there that do have their garden. Because it's getting to that time, brothers. And if you ever want to strike a man to the heart, let his family suffer. Let his family suffer. But when that man, a Yah-fearing man, sees the trouble and he acts upon it, there's a peace that comes with that brother. Because he seen things. And he was seeing what the world was taught, and he went contrary to the world. All righty. I'm not a farmer, I'm not a gardener, but I'm going to learn it. And he learned it from different brothers and sisters and things of that nature. And he applied what he learned in YouTube University. Go on that. Learn from these things. Learn, brothers. If you want to talk about advertisement, take a look what other people out there are doing in the garden. Now, I'm going to say this, though. Not all things on YouTube is advantageous when it comes to their gardening. There are certain fruits in the I said in seeds. You ain't gonna get an apple and an orange to grow together. Now they'll get on YouTube and show this. And at one time they did one with an egg, as if the egg came about through a plant. And I'm like, man, if you don't get about here with that dumb stuff. But this is what the world put out there. But the grafting, brothers and sisters, yeah. Like say for instance, you have an apple tree in your backyard. And you know, everybody knows it takes a couple of years for an apple tree to mature. But grafting cut that down. If you know how to graft and you do all that, no, brother, the more we get into it, brothers and sisters, the better off we're going to be. The more we get into it, the better off we're going to be, because that's what it's getting into. I was talking to a sister yesterday in Tanzania. She has a cornfield, a farm rather, corn farm. But her son don't want no parts of the farming industry. None. And but that's the case. Truthfully, in Africa, a lot of the kids do not want anything to do with the farms. They go to the cities to find a job, to do this here, to do that there, because they're feeding, they're being fed the world from the internet, and so they want to have a part of that world. That's the misleading thing. That is the misleading thing when it comes to our people, whether here in the United States or on the continent. It is misleading, and they've been led in that way. But reality is about to show itself. When you get hungry, oh, that farm is where you go run to. That farm is where they're going to run to. Because now this is going to be about survival. Brothers and sisters, when you compare things and you look at like these three sisters with their gardens, and what the world is talking about, and what the Most High told us was going to happen, there's going to be food shortage food shortage and things of that nature. He told us, and we're seeing what man is doing. They're the corporate. They're the ones who's causing this. The Most High knows their action, and He's saying, "Hey, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to destroy those that are destroying the earth." That's what the Most High said. And He's going to do just that. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. These last days are real. They are extremely real. But we need to continue to pay attention to what the fleshly side of this system and the spiritual strength that we have, that we should let stand first and foremost. Because, like I said, I'm gonna go back to to those sisters in their gardens. Like I said, if the Most High deemed it necessary to use those sisters in their gardening and things of that nature, when these sisters, if they get to that point, they start seeing that every single day they have a new batch of this mustard greens, tomatoes, pepper, daily to feed His people. That strength of the Most High is going to have an effect on those sisters, because that's going to strengthen their spiritual side for what they're seeing and how the Most High is working by means of their garden. Dang, flesh, it's that spirit that's going to gain strength. They literally are witnessing what the Most High is doing for them to feed His people. That is a source of strength for the spiritual side. But at the same time, it's nourishing the flesh. The Most High is he's going to come to His people. He's going to come. But for us to sit here and say what the Most High won't do, will and will not do, brothers and sisters, the only thing He will not do is lie. That's the only thing. I seen brother, oh, the Most High he ain't gonna do that, so and so, so and so. And I'm like, brothers, I mean, you can't be cutting short the Most High's hands. You keep on practicing that, and 9 times out of 10, that's what you're going to get. You keep on practicing non-belief, and that's what you're going to get. The power of life and death is in your tongue. If you believe the Most High is going to take care of his people by any means necessary, so be it. Hold on to that faith. Oh, yes, it's therapeutic. Off the top, Sister Vicky. It's very therapeutic. Off the top, it is. I seen some brothers and sisters in their garden. They have a little sitting area, and they like sitting. They have it all decorated in their garden, and they just sitting there, sipping on some wine and things of that nature. They just sit there and they relax. I tell you, brothers, and this is just my encouragement. The Most High is reaching out because He's about to. Times has changed. That shift, that major spiritual shift, it's already started, brothers. We're not late to the party, but it started. It has started. There's two shifts. There's a spiritual shift. There's a fleshly shift. Both of them moving. Both of them are moving. Only one is going to reign supreme. Only one. Your line of thinking, brothers and sisters, can determine your life with the Most High. There's a trusting that's being pushed out. Either you're going to trust this system or you're going to trust the Most High. We're caught in the system. There's a measure of flesh we got to contend with. But when it's all over said and done, it's going to be that spirit of the Most High that's going to reign supreme. And this is this is how we should be walking right behind the Most High. Walking right behind him, following his lead. Brothers, we have some things that are going on, and it's going to get to a time. It's going to happen, brothers. But we will not be able to hear one another. We will not be able to talk to one another. They're going to wait a minute, hold on. They're going to dang, I just read the text and it threw my whole thought off. Ain't that something? Now I forgot what I was saying. But when it's all over said and done, brothers and sisters, we're living in a time being. This is where we at. We got to start making some very faithful decisions. And some of it is going to affect our way of living. It is. It's going, if the government don't do it, it has to be done yourself. There's some things that you're going to say to yourself, you know what, I don't need this. Or I can live without this. You may have two pair of pants, brothers and sisters. You're going to make the best of those two pair of pants. Each and every day, you're going to make sure your clothes is washed. It may get down to that. And right now, some of you may have, good gobs of clothes. But when you start breaking things down, you start putting things in its proper place. Truthfully, that's when you start to put that flesh in check. That's what happens with that. When you start looking and saying to yourself, who am I trying to show off for? When you start looking at and looking at things in that manner, that you're not trying to show out in front of nobody, yeah, you putting that check in flesh. And that's what we need to do, is put that flesh in check when it's all over said and done. Because either you can do it willingly or the world is going to do it forcefully. In the world, they trying to take some lives out with it. The Most High been telling us, all right, keep your flesh in check. Live by the Spirit. Trust in me. And this is what we should be doing. This is what we should be doing. These last days, brothers and sisters, these last days, this is it. This is the last captivity of Israel. This is it. There is no other captivity, at least not to my knowledge. This is it. Now, how and when, which I seriously believe is soon, the Exodus and things of that nature. I seriously believe that is on the horizon, because the world is going about its daily routines as if ain't nothing changing. But it's changing. And whatever the world is keeping, Portland, Oregon, they're not trying to show that to the world. They do not want to believe that the so-called Black people are rising in power. They do not want to. They're not going to. You think they go put that out there on the news? How is it these people over here are suffering, but Black people are doing this over here? Change of power. The government can say what they're going to say, and they can do what they're going to do. We just need to keep on moving with the Most High. That's what we need to be doing. It's moving with Him. That's where our life comes from. Brothers, when you're starting to see these, and I say brothers and I'm gonna say sisters, single mothers and things of that nature, as well as single brothers and things of that nature. When you're starting to see trouble, brothers and sisters, start to put yourself in a safe position. You're starting to see, you're hearing of trouble, or this is going to go up, or we got a shortage on this here, brothers and sisters. If you have a few dollars, trust in the Most High. Go get you some pots and things that told you some seasoning. And what, brothers and sisters, when you're in your kitchen cooking, you cutting up a bell pepper, keep the seeds, or take the seeds, throw them in a pot, brothers and sisters, and some soil. Go ahead and blow your own mind. Let those seeds take root and start to grow. Well, I mean, back in the days, that's all we did. We cut up a bell pepper and we throw everything else away. We throw it in the garbage can. This is the time, brothers and sisters, for us to be appreciative. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong now. Some of these seeds, brothers and sisters, have been altered by man. Some of them been altered. You can't hardly buy a watermelon nowadays without talking about seedless watermelon. I find that so irritating. I kid you not. Seedless grapes. This is the system that's trying to control, well, take that lie back. That's controlling mankind's food intake. They know exactly what, brothers and sisters, let me do it this way. Let's go back. In closing, the world years ago was always about eating this, eating that, drinking this, drinking that. When so-called, when times was good. We're talking about anytime before 2018, the world was eating good. You can go get you not Big Mac, what do you call them? 2 for $2? 2 for 2, 2 burgers, 2 fries, and a Diet Coke. The world fed into it. You had so many different restaurants, so many different restaurant chains. It got so bad that we was eating so much. They came up with Uber Eats. You didn't have to get up and go to the restaurant. All you got to do is call and they'll bring the food to you. This is what happened. Now, the world said, Satan said, all right, we got the world where I want them at. All right. Knock their legs from up under them. That's what he told the system. Knock them down. I got them where I want them at. They didn't ate, they got satisfied. I need for them to go hungry because I'm going to control the food supply. In order for them to bow down and give me that worship, either they're going to worship me or they go starve. That's what the system is doing, brothers and sisters. Oh, you do? So hold on, sister. I didn't know that now, sister Vicky. Because I tell you, I've been looking for them. But the sad thing about that, sister Vicky, is this: these Gentiles went out and started to. They got a business literally in the seed industry. They call themselves patenting these seeds, and they genetically alter the seeds, and they have a patent on saying that they own this particular seed. This is Satan's system at the beginning of his works. This is what this is. And now we caught up in it. And brothers and sisters, this is the reason I say we got to put ourselves in a position. Hold on, Sister Vicky, you got hundreds of seeds. Let me ask you something, sister. Do you have I'm gonna say this. Back when I was a child, you used to can smell a tomato when you cut it. You can't smell a tomato nowadays. You can't even taste it, truthfully. It don't have a taste to it. Do you have that seed, Sister Vicky? Because I like tomatoes, and I'm just noticing these things do not have a taste to it. They do not. They do not, sis. And I'm talking about even in Africa, they have the same tomatoes that you see in the grocery stores, and they're always the cheaper ones. And I'm thinking those must be the altered tomatoes. That's what I'm saying in my head. Now I don't know is whether it's true or not, but I know when I was a child, tomatoes did not grow the way we have these tomatoes today. No, the one we used to have, it was big, round, not no opal shape type like tomato. Mm-mm. And you know what? And I mean, this is what I was thinking about when it came up to like gardening, because I wanted to test it out myself. Well, I better not say that. I think I get in trouble. I better hold on to that one. I'm gonna hold on to that. Yeah, but there's a lot. There's a lot that these people have put in. And brothers and sisters, what was it, Brother Galen, Professor Galen, and Sister Kathy? Now I know they have the farming with the goats and things, and I know they was talking about the getting into the gardening side of it too. And we'll say this. Well, Sister Cynthia, the tomatoes, yeah, they got a lot of seeds in them, but I'm looking at it's the type of tomatoes. They all look the same. I mean, I'm talking about the big round tomatoes and things. I don't see those in the garden. No, I do not. I see the little opal type like shaped tomatoes, but the what they call heirlooms. Is that the correct word for it? I don't see those type of tomatoes. Oh, beef stacked tomatoes. Ain't that something? Tell me something. Now, sister, I'm gonna say this, Sister Patricia and Sister Cynthia. It was this Nigerian sister. What she did, and I'm thinking that's a smart thing to do. She bought her a dehydrator, and she dehydrates the tomatoes. She cuts them up because she said she got tired of her tomatoes growing old. So she started cutting them up and she started dehydrating them, and then she put them in a blender. She turned them into powder, and she started putting them in containers. Then she come in and she said she wants tomato soup. She take a couple scoops of tomato powder, put it in a bowl, add water, and threw a couple of pieces of cheese and some croutons in. That go her tomato soup. I was like, wow. And she did a lot of things that way. She said she got tired of her vegetables rotting because she was growing so much of it. So she said no. She put them in there, and she made powder out of them, including the mushrooms. And she made powder. She said she cooked with it and everything. Now, like the mushroom can serve as a filler because mushrooms, they take on the taste of whatever you got that in. I used to cut up mushrooms in my when I was cooking, and my son he didn't too much like them, but I cut it up and I put it in ground beef, make tacos. Boom. He would get up in the morning and eat some more tacos. Didn't even know that he was still eating the mushrooms because they take on the taste. But I tell you, yeah, the dehydrated brothers and sisters. No, that sounds like that's a winner. And it's instead of you saying that, hey, my stuff went bad. Yeah, yeah, you get tired of that stuff spoiling on you. I tell you, you do. Now, at the same time, I would say that's a very smart move to look into, and especially in today's climate. If you don't, and and like you growing stuff, you don't want your stuff, spoiling like that. You got tomatoes in the refrigerator that's going bad and thing. No, brothers, dehydrate that stuff, put it in the blender, and pour it into a container, and use it at a later date. But brothers, to hold on to that information, excuse me, to have this information that we have today, brothers and sisters, we got to start using it as a life-saving information and as a warning. One, we know we're living in a fleshly world. That's one thing we are. Two, we're trying our best to circumvent that flesh, to put that flesh in check. Because we really want that spirit to reign supreme. And let us continue to do that. When we see danger, brothers and sisters, put yourself in a safe position. If the world is talking about doing this, all right, you know exactly what you need to do in order to protect yourself, you and your family. Pray for your brothers and sisters. This is a time, brothers. This is Satan's demonic time. He's trying to show himself, and eventually he's going to show himself. But we need to show ourselves to our Father based upon that spirit, based upon the spirit within us. That's what we need to do. I encourage you to do. I tell you, this is it. The change has started, and it's going to compound. It's going to, and there's no stopping of it. There's no stopping up. Eventually, Israel is coming out of captivity. Israel is coming out. Israel will be about their own business. That's scriptural. That's the most highest promise to his people. It's going to happen. And in our generation. That's the beauty of it. Keep your head on the swivel, Israel. Stay faithful to the Most High. Never cut his hand short. Never cut his hand short. He is our life giver. He loves you, Israel. That's one thing he does. He loves Israel. And we got to continue to believe that. And we got to know these things. We got to be encouraging to our brothers and sisters across the board. Some go get on our nerve, and we go get on some nerves. It's going to happen. But let us continue to move on and do what we need to do in order to continue to glorify the Most High's great and holy name. Because what needs to be rectified, the Most High will rectify it. He will. And he's going to do it. And on that note, brothers and sisters, you all be safe out there. I enjoy you brothers being here today and sharing your comments. Sister Zenobia, Sister Van Peace, Sister Patricia, about your gardens. Sister Linda Cross. Brothers, sisters, y'all keep on doing what you're doing. Just trust and believe. When the time comes, the Most High is going to show his hand, and it may be his hand right in your garden. You may be those sisters that be feeding thousands of Yah's people. Stay faithful. Stay faithful to the Most High. Encourage your brothers and sisters. Pray for your brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, when I say pray for your brothers and sisters, please pray for your brothers and sisters with a strong spirit. Because you can give off, you do know you can give off a bad spirit. Somebody got on your nerve, and that's all you thinking about. Brothers and sisters, you're sending over a bad spirit over to that person. This is the reason why we have to, the Most High say, forgive. Forgive. He knows the spirit that you can push off on your brothers. And that spirit that you push on you, it's hurting that brother and it's hurting you at the same time. So you're knocking down two people. This is the reason why the Most High says, he says, forgive very deeply. And brothers and sisters, don't get me wrong. If you have that problem, pray for it. I pray for the strength of the Most High to forgive. Do it. Because you do not want that bad spirit lingering around. You do not. You brothers and sisters, be safe out there. And on that note, I will say shalom.